Now, Social Development Minister Lindiwe Zulu is visiting a temporary shelter for homeless people and a child and youth care center in Middelburg in Mpumalanga. Zulu assessed the implementation of the department's lockdown regulations. A department has been accused of prohibiting NGOs from distributing food, a claim that she denies. Our reporter Ngobile Mahlala has all the details. She's actually there in Mpumalanga with the minister. Ngobile, good to see you as always. Am I correct to say you are with the minister at the present moment, and has she started assessing progress on the ground?
Yes, we are indeed with the minister. In fact, she just did a walkabout in the shelter today. They've got just about 60 people inside here, and she was just checking, obviously, the regulations, if they are being followed, and just checking if everything is going according to plan. But just to speak to us right now is the minister. Minister, just tell us what you've seen so far, and are you happy?
Yes, I am happy with what I've seen here. Of course, you can never be happy seeing people who are supposed to be in homes, in their own homes, being in a community hall. And these are adults who, in my view, are adults who should be somewhere in a home. But we do understand their circumstances. I had a small discussion with some of them to find out why were they out in the streets, why are they here. It's the usual story of people being unemployed, but others also being people who abuse drugs, others being people who just are lost in the way in their journey of life. And so I think what is happening here, at least they are being kept in one place. The most important thing for us as a Department of Social Development, both at provincial, national and local level, is to make sure that they stick to all the COVID protocols. I think that's what is happening here, keeping the distance. They have water, they have food. We've got lots of donations that came from people. They even have a storeroom where I went to see the food that has been donated to them.
Minister, we do understand that some people do decide to leave shelters because some have withdrawal symptoms. Is there anything that the department will be doing for these people?
Yes, already the social workers have been coming here, the doctors have been coming here. They have a bit of an advantage because there's just a clinic right here where they're staying. So it's easier for them to be monitored, and also the security is very good here. But it's not about even the security, it's about them accepting the fact that we have a challenge of COVID-19, and therefore they need to be in a place where they are taken care of, and they need to make sure that there's no infection here. I believe that the support that they are getting, I wish all what I see here could be something that's happening in all the other shelters that we have.
I do understand that in June you will be going to court. Please just give us an idea. Is it true that you did stop the NGOs and the soup kitchens? And what's your take on what DA has been saying?
Well, I haven't got time for people who want to derail me from the work that I have to do. I have a mandate, and that the mandate given by President Cyril Ramaphosa. I also have to respect due processes, and we are respecting due processes. It's very unfortunate that we were taken to court on something that we have not even completed. We reported to the portfolio committee of the processes of what we are doing. And we are still working on the regulations because we are moving from level 4 to level 3. And in all the levels that we've been moving, we have been developing guidelines, we have been developing regulations. And after the regulations, as a department, we have to make sure that we have direction as to what needs to be done. Here is what is fact. We cannot, as a department, stop anybody from supporting communities. We cannot stop anybody or any organization to make sure that they support communities by ensuring that communities that do not have the food, they have the food. Here is what is a challenge for us. One, we all need to stick to the COVID protocols. So even if you are supporting people, you are giving them food, you are giving them whatever you're giving them, you need to make sure that you do so with dignity. First and foremost, is the dignity to our people. Secondly, we have to make sure that the food that you are giving to our people is the food that is nutritious. It is also food that is safe, because we must make sure that we don't have problems of people getting sick because the food is not proper. It's our responsibility as a department, beyond ourselves, even the Department of Health, to make sure that our people are treated with dignity. And also we must make sure that when the food is being distributed, we stick to the protocols of COVID. We have seen in so many places where food is being distributed, people are in long queues, they're not even keeping the distance, they don't even have the masks. When all is said and done, it will be those people who are going to be infected, it will be those people who end up dying, it will be the pressure on government on making sure that those people are properly taken care of. So, as a matter of principle, we're not going to stop anyone from distributing the food. But we do say, as you are distributing the food, don't take our people to be so poor that it doesn't occur to you that they also deserve dignity. It must be done within the protocols of COVID.
Lastly, Minister, there's a 350 fund for unemployment fund. Just give us a criteria on how to qualify, perhaps, and also, has it paid out?
Yes, we've been explaining to everybody, including the ones who are here. Actually, I had to explain to them that, by the way, they also have the right to apply, as long as they are over the age of 18, as long as they have their IDs and ID numbers, as long as we can prove that they are not getting any other grant, as long as we know that they're not getting any other money from government, like your UIF or NSFAS or anything of that sort. I've explained to them that they also deserve to be given that money. But what I was saying to them, it would be a shame if we have to give them that money and that money ends up being abused, being used for drugs and other things. This is taxpayers' money. We have to be accountable for that money. And one of the reasons why we're not able to immediately pay was because we needed to make sure that our system is tight and our system can be able to separate those who actually need to get the money and those who are getting money from somewhere else. I'm hoping that by this week we're going to start paying larger numbers than the numbers that we paid before, because, by the way, when we paid the first 9 that the noise is all about, that was from the first test that we were doing, and we needed to make sure that we pay at least in each and every province, just to make sure that our system is working. We now have thousands who have been cleared, both by SARS, cleared both at a UIF level, that they are not getting any money there, and those are the people that we're going to start paying. And for those who applied and they don't get their money in May, we have to pay them their money, because President has said we have to pay for a good 6 months. And hopefully in that 6 months, some people, when the economy starts opening and some people start going back to some of their jobs, we might have less people. But the bottom line is that we need to pay all those that deserve to get that money.
Thank you very much, Minister. Minister of Social Development there, just speaking to us about basically her walkabout in the shelter, also just talking about the issues that we have seen arising in the past few months during lockdown.
All right, thank you so much there. That's our reporter, Ngobile Mahlala, who is in Middelburg in Mpumalanga, talking to the Minister there of Social Development, Lindiwe Zulu.